Hey y'all, so really quickly, I'm going to share with you an example of what not to do and what to do when you're trying to establish a business credit and when you're trying to acquire funding from or for your business, right? From lenders, creditors, and stuff like that. So recently, I was working with a client. I've been working with her for about 10 weeks now. For my one-on-one client, I typically work with them for about 12 weeks. So she had pretty much everything, or seemingly had everything together. And so we were trying to figure out why it is that she wasn't really seeing her business scores, why she wasn't really getting approved for business credit, stuff like that, which we will get into the business credit number side of things later on. But I was like, we have to get to the root of things. Let's go all the way back to make sure that we have the basics set up properly, right? Okay, so one of the first things I did was I was like, let's go back and check your actual state registration. I wanted to go back to check her business profile stuff, like her Dun & Bradstreet profile, Experian and Intel profile, stuff like that. I wanted to go back to check like her EIN, how that was registered, with the IRS, all of that. And lo and behold, there were a lot of inconsistencies. So with her registration, that was the name was completely inconsistent with even how it's registered with the IRS. That was inconsistent with how it appears on her Dun & Bradstreet profile. Oh, and another thing, I forgot to mention that the business address was also inconsistent. Talking about business address, I've shared this with you guys in other videos, other YouTube videos. You don't want to be using your personal address, okay, for your business. Even if you have a home-based business, get a virtual address. And even if you get a virtual address, get an actual suite or a physical virtual address that identifies as an actual office location and not a PO box, because you're going to have issues when it comes to applying for credit, because there's some creditors who they don't do the whole PO box. When you register for your Dun & Bradstreet profile, which if you're a business owner, you absolutely need to have a Dun & Bradstreet profile. If you're trying to build business credit, acquire business credit and funding, you need to have a Dun & Bradstreet profile. And Dun & Bradstreet does not accept PO box addresses, okay? So another pro tip. If you want more pro tips from me, be sure to follow me on TikTok at Shibivia. So one of the things that's included in this particular program is I have my team and we do a very in-depth business plan, right? Tailored and customized to your business that will help you to win and secure funding and all of that. And so even with that, the business name was inconsistent. And so I say this to say, you will be surprised with lenders when you're trying to apply for business credit. They are so specific and very thorough. So if there's inconsistency, a lot of times, especially in this day and age, they're using automated systems. So if you registered your business as, let's say, ABC LLC, and then you go to apply for your IRS, your EIN number, right? Your employer identification number. That's another thing too. I don't know why a lot of people like to apply for their EIN first. Not saying this is what my client did, but just in general, I noticed that sometimes people do that. You don't want to apply for your EIN first. You want to actually register your business with the state first. And then you apply for your employer identification number. Reason being, sometimes if you go to register your business and let's say they come back to say, hey, because that has to be approved, first of all. They may say, hey, this name is already taken, or it's too close to this name, or whatever. Things happen, then you now have to change it. Guess what? You already applied for an EIN. What are you going to do? Use that EIN and have things be inconsistent? It's either you're going to do that or you're going to waste time or give yourself more work and have to redo an EIN. So it's better to register your business first with the state and then apply for your EIN, okay? Additionally, you want to make sure everything is consistent across the board, you guys. Like, you may think that it's so trivial, but I'm telling you that with these automatic systems, sometimes it's not all the time that you have a manual underwriter, okay? A lot of times it goes through an automatic system and they're not looking to say, oh, this person means that, or they meant to put that. They don't care, okay? They're going by what is on the actual application. So if you forget to put LLC at the end, sometimes like you'll be surprised. Inconsistency with the address, phone number, EIN, the business name is off. Those little things can cause you to get denied for business credit. So I just wanted to share that to say, be very mindful, careful, strategic, and just pay attention to the details, to the small details when it comes to setting up your business properly. There are a couple of things, that goes into it, a few things that you want to make sure that you have set up after that, like your website set up properly, stuff like that. But in general, the basics, when it comes to the basics, you guys, you want to make sure that your business is set up properly, is registered properly, and the formal information and all of that is consistent across the board. By the way, you guys, I want to start doing some more like lives, in-depth training on just in general business, how to grow your business, stuff like that, business tips, business credit, all of that. I want to do that more though on TikTok. So if you want to see more of me on the TikTok platform, I don't really want to do live much on Instagram. I want to get into doing more TikToks, so be sure to go over to TikTok to follow me. My TikTok name is just Shibivia, Shibivia. If you want more like live classes, way in depth, even more in depth than this, you guys. Okay, so we're trying to hit 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm mostly a YouTuber. I'm just getting into this TikTok thing. Don't even know how I have 800 followers, but I need to get to 1,000 so that I can start doing some more lives. Also, if you want me to share more business funding tips in regards to where you can get startup capital, or break down the difference with startup capital, working capital, and expansion capital, because they're all different. Sometimes you may be a startup, you've only been in business for 2 years or less, and you're trying to apply for, certain working capital or expansion capital. Those may not be ideal for you. So if you want me to break those down for you and give you some examples of some, again, be sure to go ahead and follow me.